going on, guys? So today we're going to be making a ram air headlight. Got an old JDM headlight there that's not in that great a shape, so figured it'd be a good one to cut into. I've got a chunk of 4-inch PVC pipe here, and yeah, let's see how this thing turns out. Never done this before, so don't know what to expect. So taking a closer look here, the high beam is almost 4 inches perfectly. So, kind of eyeing it up here. This chunk of pipe should be almost a direct fitment. I think it's going to turn out well. A lot of the tracks around here, they require you to have exterior headlights still because we race into the nighttime. So losing the high beam is still going to be fully functional at the track at night. And yeah, it should be pretty much the perfect ram air intake. So let's get to it. So just to give you a little bit of background information on the car, since day one, this build, the goal has always been to have a 10-second Supra, but now I've hit that. I've officially had the car 10.5 in the quarter and it's trapped 138 miles an hour. Now, moving on to bigger and better things, I want to try and touch high nines. So the goal to try and get there, just kind of little things, tweaking my launches at the track. This ram air headlight should make a little bit of a difference. I'm only tuned on pump 94 and it's running water meth. So I'm gonna get a race gas tune over the winter here and maybe some no lift shift because it is a 6-speed car. Yeah, I'm hoping those few little changes should shave off roughly a half second and just some seat time. Driver air is a big one on the 6-speed cars. They're pretty hard to launch. Small engine, big turbo, it's kind of all or nothing. You can't really pedal it at the track. So either it hooks or it doesn't. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so taking a closer look at the headlight here. I think I'm gonna start on the back. Kind of make my cutting fit my 4-inch PVC pipe here on the back, push it through, and then I think the finishing touches will be easier to cut. Kind of doing that part last and make sure we have a nice flush fitment. I think it is going to be a little bit challenging to get the taper of the headlight with the PVC pipe, but we'll make it work. Time for the first cut, no going back. So all these clips we took off, that's kind of if you wanted to separate the lens from the back of the light. I don't really want to do that because they never really seal the same after. I don't want any moisture and stuff getting in there. So we're gonna see if we can just pull the guts out the back. Because I want to leave this chrome ring on the front and the actual bulb housing. I think we have enough room. We can just pull it all out the back, keep everything intact, the original seal, and I think that'd be the best way to do it. So. All right, so that gives us a better idea what we're working with. So now you can see the chrome ring on the other side that I want to keep. And now we just have a little bit of a lip here. So now we got this inner ring loose. Make a little freedom cut there, and there we go. Get that right out of there. All right, so we're getting dangerously close to being able to fit our pipe through. So the plan is just keep on working slow, making small changes, keep making this hole just slightly bigger until we can get the pipe through and see where we want it to sit on the front lens, and then go after our front lens and oval that out. So we're getting really close now, down to the final stages. Hole needs to be just a little bit bigger, but we are getting really close. I just have to oval it out a tiny bit more and then get the proper pitch for this to go through the front lens. Because the headlight is a little bit of an angle here. So my plan is to kind of follow the pitch of the high beam here. Yeah, we got her through. Just starting to hit the lens here, so we're gonna have to start tapering it. But I'm not super happy with the angle yet. So you can see we're gonna come a little bit too far towards me for my liking. So I'm gonna have to shave a little bit more and angle the pipe just a little bit different. Pretty good fits. When we're done, we're just gonna seal it up. And I think it'll turn out pretty good. I'll put these caps in if I can. And yeah, we'll seal and paint it, and it should look pretty good. So now, to get just a rough cut, we're gonna do about a 45 on the end of this pipe, just to kind of get it close to the face of the lens, and then we'll fine tune it from there. So we're getting pretty close. I mean, if you had a hole saw bit, it'd be a little bit easier to cut the majority of this out, but kind of limited with what I have at home here. So I'm just using some wire wheels and kind of some sandpaper, smooth up the edges. But just taking her slow. So you can see the inner PVC pipe. It's sitting pretty close. So the goal is to get this pipe in place, glue it, and then finish cutting out the lens to have a perfect fit. It's getting close. So you can see we got a nice close finish here. I'm just tapering the lens of the headlight just to try and get as much air in as possible. And yeah, that's pretty damn close. This picture is to show the complexity of the back side of the lens. So it took a little bit of time to get that taper correct and to get this pipe flush on the back side of the lens. So the car's always been black with some purple accents. So I did a coat of purple over the black PVC pipe here, but it didn't really show up. So I had to do a coat of white to make the purple pop a little bit. So the back piece is still going to be cut, so you won't see that white. But yeah, let's fit it and see how it goes. Thin layer of silicone. We're going in. All right, so check this out. The original inlet of this pipe was 4 inches. And I've started to round and kind of bevel the edges here. I'm getting almost close to 5 inches here. And with the taper of the lens, we're upwards of 7. Not bad. Now she's prepped and ready for paint. We're just gonna do a little bit of primer around here because painting the purple directly onto the black doesn't really show up, so. Moment of truth. See how she turned out. I'm hoping the paint didn't bleed through the paint a little bit on the edges, but we'll see. I'm gonna try and restore the lens after anyways, so if it bled through a little bit, it won't be the end of the world. Not bad actually. Tiny bit of that base layer came through, but after I clean that up, that's gonna look pretty sharp. So we had a little bit of overspray with the painting there, so let's see how this Maguire's kit works. Got our little sanding discs. I'm gonna try and take some of the fog out of this lens as well. Let's give her a go. Just using straight water on the sanding disc right now as a lubricant. So it's actually turned out pretty good. A little more to go. It's a little hazy, but we got a polish to go on after, so yeah. Let's try some polish. I don't think you're supposed to let this stuff dry, so go like here. Oh yeah. A little more to go around the edges, but yeah, you can tell it's a big improvement already. There are a couple spots here that I slipped off and kind of marked the lens when I was doing some cutting earlier, and you can barely even tell. A couple more layers of that and we'll be good. She's getting close, but for the final fitment, it's a little bit tight on this cross member. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more cutting on the body side of the car. But she's getting close and she looks pretty good. So the final fit and finish on this headlight was actually pretty good. I might spend a little bit more time just cleaning up the edges, but for the purpose of this video, it turned out pretty good. Thin layer of silicone just to seal the backside. Yeah, it sits nice and flush right against the front lens. And this is gonna work good. And I never really thought these restoration kits worked that well, but, well, you guys can see the proof. It took that haze right out of the lens. It's not flawless, but it's way better than it was. The kit was about 30, 40 bucks, something like that. You could probably get away with just finding a plastic lens polish and using your own sandpaper if you had it, or like a emery cloth, something really fine. But yeah, all in all, the kit worked well. So the finished product turned out pretty good. So you can see directly right through. Pretty much perfectly center on the intake. Yeah, she turned out really well. I think that's gonna work good. Hopefully drop the intake temps enough. Maybe the car will run another degree of time in, something like that. Hopefully knock off a 10th in the quarter. And 9s, here we come. The headlight. Was it hard to do? No, I think anybody could do this. Was it time consuming? It depends how much of a perfectionist you are. Like I took a little bit of time to try and get it flush with the lens and clean up the headlight and everything, but the rough cut and just getting it to fit wasn't too bad. You spend a lot of time just trying to clean up the edges and make it look half-ass decent. So yeah, anyone could do this, and it turned out not bad. The more I look at this, the more I like it. So this is the first video of many, the quest for 9s.